My name is Mark Anderson. For 7 years, I built my life around a single, unwavering truth: my wife, Emily. I believed I knew her better than I knew my own self. That illusion held, pristine and unbroken, until a perfectly ordinary Tuesday. It was on a Tuesday that I found the lipstick, a specific bold shade of red called Ruby Passion, wedged insidiously between the passenger seat and the console of my own car. It wasn't mine, and it decidedly was not Emily's. She had always hated red lipstick, calling it too loud, too dramatic, too cheap. But it was the smell that truly shattered my reality. My car, my personal sanctuary, carried the lingering, cloying scent of another man. It was that cheap, overpowering cologne my coworker, David, always drenched himself in. The one I'd privately joked about with the other guys, labeling it desperation in a bottle. The pieces of the puzzle didn't just gently fall into place. They crashed together with the force of a wrecking ball, demolishing every foundation of the life I thought I had. I didn't confront her. Not then. Raw emotion is a flawed strategist. Instead, I became a ghost, haunting my own home, a silent investigator in the case of my broken marriage. I began to quietly check phone bills, discovering thousands of texts to a number I didn't recognize. I followed her one afternoon to a shabby motel on the outskirts of town. I sat there in my car, engine off, watching the drawn blinds of room 214, and felt something fundamental within me harden into cold, unfeeling stone. Revenge, I learned, is not a hot burst of anger. It is a cold, quiet, and meticulously planned project. I spent a full month architecting mine. I methodically transferred all our joint savings into a new private account, penny by penny, leaving just enough to avoid raising suspicion. I contacted our landlord and, skillfully forging her signature, gave notice to terminate our apartment lease. I even packed her precious Louis Vuitton suitcase with every last one of her clothes and placed it neatly by the door. The masterstroke was the party, our 7th anniversary party. I invited all our friends, all our family. I made a point to personally invite David. I stood before everyone, with Emily beaming beside me, utterly convinced we were about to celebrate our love. I raised my glass for a toast. "My beautiful wife," I began, my voice eerily steady and clear, cutting through the cheerful chatter. "Emily, you've given me 7 incredible years, and as it turns out, you've given my good friend David here quite a few memorable afternoons at the Sunset Motel, room 214. The room plummeted into a dead, suffocating silence. The color drained from her face. Her smile didn't just fade, it evaporated into a mask of pure, unadulterated horror. I turned calmly to our stunned audience. I know this comes as a shock to everyone. To make this transition easier, I've taken the liberty of packing her bags. "David," I said, locking eyes with him, "since you're so familiar with her, you can drive her. I believe you know the way." Then I turned back to her, and for the first time, I let her see the absolute glacial ice in my eyes. "Oh, and one more thing. The joint bank account you've been so freely spending from, it's empty. The apartment, the lease is terminated. That new Chanel purse you bought yourself last week?" I returned it. "You have nothing. You are nothing to me now. Now get out of my house." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The quiet, precise, and surgical delivery of each calculated betrayal was a far louder scream than I could ever have mustered. I turned my back on her, on David, on all of our gaping friends, and I walked out to my car. The first deep breath of free air I'd taken in months tasted like justice, and I knew with cold certainty that this was only the beginning.